Matt Reeves has the best opportunity if James Gunn agree to do one thing with the Batman film franchise. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. James Gunn and Matt Reeves have agreed to keep the Batman and its subsequent sequels and prequels separate from the DCU, and that affords this version of the character to indulge in some things that seem not to be present in previous versions of the character. Matt Reeves has done a tremendous job with the way that he has created the world of the Batman, but there is one thing that his show, The Penguin, arguably does better than the film, despite largely having the same tone and being set in the same universe. It's interesting because in a Batman movie, there are resources that are tremendous, so we're able to do quite grand things, but we are handcuffed in other ways. When we were dealing with the ratings board, they were like, you got to pull that back and this back. But with HBO, those handcuffs were removed. It gave us the ability to be really character-forward. Even just the way that Oz can be so deliciously profane. However, James Gunn has a unique opportunity on his hands when it comes to Matt Reeves' The Batman. The character has had a lot of versions where his universe has been made more realistic, but never has there been a hard R-rated Batman live-action film. Given that this probably won't be possible within the DCU, Gunn needs to realize that Matt Reeves' The Batman might be his ready-made opportunity. Thanks to streaming on HBO, Matt Reeves had a lot of leeway when it came to the show's rating, given that an R-rated film barely ever gets the traction that other films do. While The Batman was released in theaters, the restrictions on it made it difficult to fully indulge in its world, which The Penguin manages to do, thanks to being streaming on HBO. Regarding this, Matt Reeves said, "Given that this might be the only version of the character that could do the R rating justice, Gunn should really look into the opportunity for the character. With The Penguin already utilizing its R rating so well, it might feel like too much of a problem to shift back to a lighter rating. However, the franchise has managed to work it out with two different ratings, which usually spells doom for other franchises. The Batman, under Matt Reeves, has already developed a distinct flavor that fans seem to enjoy a lot. This has further aged well with The Penguin, which was able to take what the Batman did well and capitalize on it. Should James Gunn sign off on it, and Matt Reeves agree, an R-rated cinematic Batman could be a great treat for fans and audiences. From strategic NBA ads to integrating with Minecraft, here's how James Gunn's Superman is setting the stage for box office success. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. With Superman set to kick off Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters in the DCU, the tension couldn't be higher. But so far, the pieces are falling into place. A cast that feels fresh, a tone that feels alive, and a campaign that's playing long-term, not short-term. Let's unpack the three pivotal strategies that might just lead James Gunn's Superman to box office history, via X. 1. By embedding Superman's new image into the fabric of NBA playoff culture, Gunn is meeting the American audience where they already are, on their couches, in their jerseys, halfway through their wings and fourth quarters. Shaquille O'Neal, an icon who transcends sports, isn't just promoting the film. He's lending it credibility, warmth, and approachability. "I'm not a hero till you look up to me." Eminem once spat those words in Legacy, and it seems James Gunn took notes, crumpled up the old DC playbook, and hit the reset button harder than Superman smacks a villain into orbit. And boy, did he land it. With David Corenswet now rocking the cape and curl, the world is watching, half with hope, half biting their nails, still hung up on Henry Cavill. But surprise, surprise, the very thing fans feared, Gunn's signature sprinkle of humor, worked much better than expected. Ain't that a kick in the kryptonite? With the 2025 box office drought looming, Warner Brothers is placing its biggest bet on a single name, Superman. And Gunn, he's not playing it safe, he's playing it strategically. And how is he doing it? Through a marketing campaign that's deliberate, timely, and dare we say, surgical in its precision. It's not just clever, it's visionary. Especially when you consider that Minecraft, the movie, is already tracking to hit $1 billion. This wasn't an impulsive ad drop. It was a calculated step into America's living rooms, smart marketing with pulse-check accuracy. With playoffs intensifying and millions tuning in, this is far from a one-off. More calculated placements are on the horizon. 2. Forget static billboards and trailer drops on legacy platforms. Gunn's team understood that if you want to ignite curiosity in younger demographics, you go where they live. And right now, they live in Minecraft. By giving Superman a presence in the Minecraft universe, A world already teeming with creativity and community, they've created an organic bridge between digital natives and cinematic storytelling. No preaching, no pandering, just a subtle fusion of fantasy and future. It's no longer about targeting superfans, it's about igniting universal curiosity. Positioning Superman during this event doesn't just sell a film, it sells a moment of cultural relevance. Gunn is carefully placing his message into the heartbeat of the global zeitgeist. For all the domestic charm, box office records are now shattered globally, not locally. That's why the upcoming marketing push during the Champions League final might be Gunn's strongest play yet. To the world, football is more than a game, it's a ritual. And with the Champions League final drawing in 3 times the viewership of the Super Bowl, this campaign is poised to put Superman on the global radar in one bold, unified moment. Look, we get it. You hear humor and Superman in the same sentence, and suddenly flashbacks of The Flash start playing in your head like a bad rerun. Twitter/X had a mild meltdown, fans clutching their metaphorical pearls over rumors that James Gunn's Man of Steel might crack jokes. The concern? That we'd trade gravitas for goofiness. And if early impressions are anything to go by, James Gunn has struck that chord with uncommon grace. Let's not sugarcoat it. DC fans have trust issues. After the studio's recent stumbles, any deviation from the tried-and-tested formula sets off alarms louder than a Kryptonian distress signal. The idea of Superman dropping punchlines felt like a red flag tied to a rocket. But the tables turned when insider Jeff Snyder spilled the beans. The jokey moments were initially viewed out of context, but worked much better within the flow of the edit. According to whispers from early screenings, David Corenswet doesn't just fit the cape, he fills it with purpose and presence. And that humor, it's not fluff. It's woven, balanced, grounded, just like Gunn's Suicide Squad, which knew when to laugh and when to cut deep. So here we are, staring at the July release, holding our collective breath. James Gunn is setting the tone for an entire cinematic reset. And whether it flies or falters, this Superman won't be blending into the crowd. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Gunn explained the internal tug-of-war. How can I make it different from the Superman movies that have been made so far, but also have it respect all the Superman movies that have been made so far? That paradox is the tightrope he walks. According James Gunn's Superman breaks free from the shackles of lawsuit filed by the Joseph Schuster estate, assuring fans that the movie will land in theaters very soon. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. In a report shared by Bloomberg, James Gunn's Superman will still push through with its release in specific countries after a federal judge dismissed the case between Warner Brothers and Warren Peary, the nephew of Joseph Schuster, co-creator of Superman. James Gunn's Superman is the biggest project and most anticipated movie from DC Studios this year, and it would be